The National Tertiary Education Union is sponsoring rallies across the country today to raise the question of why $2.3 billion of cuts on top of $2 billion of cuts over the last 2 budget years are going to make us a smarter country.
We need to remember those words of the Prime Minister and how hollow they now sound. How many times has she spoken that Australia needs to be a smarter, more creative, more innovative nation? How can you achieve that if we don't have an educated population? And when you slash $2.3 billion, so-called efficiency dividends, pushing debt onto students, it's not about efficiency, it's about robbing our higher education system, something that is so critical to the very future of this country.
Talk to someone, put a poster up, hand out a leaflet, do those things, because it's the only way you're going to win. Back your unions, back each other, and we can return this debate back on in terms of which type of community we want. A fair, just, equitable community, not one that is about inequality and the interests of those at the top of the food chain.
The issue here is the link between the two things. There is no logical link between an increase in school funding and a decrease in university funding. And to even draw a link is ridiculous, and it's grasping at straws.
Every single person who wants to go to university should be able to go to university, and the government is jeopardising that through these cuts. People who are debt averse, disadvantaged students, low SES students, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students are less likely to go to university if they are going to rack up thousands and thousands of dollars in debt in order to do so.
Ultimately, I believe that placing efficiency dividends on an educational sector is not appropriate. It's an increasingly tough job to provide quality education to students when investment in education is dropping off and student numbers are increasing. A strong tertiary sector is vital for so many reasons, and cutting back on the rate of investment with this smokescreen efficiency dividend is going to have a regrettable impact on the educational experience.
University is not only where new ideas and knowledge are acquired for the future, it's where students, young and old, postgraduate and undergraduate, from all walks of life and now all over the world, come together, where fires of inspiration and motivation about contributing to a better future are lit. And these recent announcement of cuts to the university sector is actually putting out those fires. We urge the government to reverse these dumb cuts.
We've heard a lot of important messages today, but also what is important is doing something. And we just can't listen, we've got to act. So what we need to do is A, be part of our staff or our student unions. We need to be involved in supporting those unions that support staff, that support students. And when we get back to our workplaces, when we get back to our classrooms, we must repeat some of these messages today. We must make sure that people know this is the situation.
These cuts are affecting everybody at this university, whether they're staff, whether they're students, whether they're teachers. It's not in question. It's something that we need to stand together to fight, and I need you all to take the messages that you've heard here today. As Stephen said, tell your friends, tell your colleagues, make sure that this is an issue that is up for discussion, because frankly, I don't see it up for discussion on the news cycle. I don't see it up for discussion in the newspaper. I see people being real, like, oh, that's pretty bad. It's not pretty bad, it's fucking awful, man. Along with the art school students here today, I say, cut back, f*** that.